Good morning. Morning? Yeah, that's a great way to start. Good evening. Welcome to Mighty Ox Trading. I don't get my days and nights straightened out yet. How we all doing this evening? Hope we're doing well. Let me set up my phone here to watch the stream on the phone so I can watch the chat easier. Thank you all for joining me. Hello, Evolved. How are you tonight? Give me 1 second here. There we go, I think. Oh, my phone is not showing me the chat. Retry. There we go. Okay, now we got it. Okay, market. To buy some fat futures. Today, we saw the market start coming back up. Oh, nice. Gold short, huh? Let's see. Think it's going to come down off those highs from the last session. We'll start with the NASDAQ. NASDAQ came up today. Touched 16,000 then came back down. But it's a nice recovery over the last few days you see here. This is the daily chart. Had this huge move down. And it bounced 2 days, 3 days ago. Come back up nicely since. Of course, ES did the same pretty much. Came hit up and hit 47.39. Right now, things are looking a little bit flat. Slight downtrend on the indices, but nothing major. Am I on a 5-minute? Yeah, that's right. These are 5-minute charts. Duh. Copper had an absolutely wonderful day today. If you were long, it came up from a low of 442 all the way up to 460. So that's 18 times 20. 180, 300, about 360 ticks. So it just almost ran all day with a couple of pullbacks. Gold actually sending us a signal right now. Let's see what it says. Nothing to write home about right now. Gold, as Evolved is talking about, we see gold also came up 1820. Looks like 1821.8. I'm sorry, 1821.1 for a high. It was a good range, about 14 points from the low to the high. The UltraBond. Got a 1.5 range. Wasn't real active today. Natural gas. Not sure why I had it up, but okay. Natural gas. Wow, natural gas. I shouldn't use this term, but blew up today. Wow. About 700 ticks. $7,000. And crude oil came up as well today. Well over $80 now, 8 to 83 a barrel. About a 2-point range. And of course the Russell. Where's my other? Oh, there's my other yellow line. So that's where today was. I took 3 trades today. This morning. Ended up $86. 2 wins, 1 loss, all on MNQ. I'm up $264 on the week and $666 on the month. That's where things stand now. Bitcoin started its rally again. Started rallying again. It's pulling back some now. Always nice to see. Hey Vincent, how you doing? Missed you the last couple days. Looking for opportunities. Right now it seems a little slow. Wait till the top of the hour. Crude oil. Wrong button. Crude oil. Everything looks rangy right now. Oh yeah. Don't burn yourself out, Vincent. And honestly, I was thinking about that with you. You know, how you seem to be on 24/7. I've been uh, I've been struggling myself this week. One of the last couple weeks, as I changed my diet back to ketovore and been dealing with tiredness as my body adjusts. Yeah, gotta stay healthy for when we're rich and we can all spend. If we die to get rich, then it doesn't really make sense to get rich. Besides trading, getting myself healthy is my biggest goal this year. A lot of weight to lose. Hopefully put my diabetes in remission. Natural gas. Natural gas is actually like it has a little bit of volume tonight. Not seeing a lot of dashes, but I still like to trade at this time of night. But this move right here, that would have been excellent move. About 30 ticks. Did either of you trade this morning session? Natural gas again. I think a buy signal. I'm not going to jump on natural gas. Oh, crude just went up. Okay, we're at the top of the hour. Good job on that FX number. The top of the hour. We're seeing a pop up here on multiple assets. Although kind of a muted pop up, not anything to write home about. Yeah, Vincent. I have added RSI, but not just the regular RSI. What I didn't realize is that you could put a Bollinger Band around the RSI. So I started playing with that, and I really like it. You know, like here, obviously, this is only a couple tick pullback. But when it broke, I have the band set at 2.5 on the RSI. So you see when it broke here, and it broke here, the third band, it's almost a definite pullback I've noticed. And I've also been watching the 80 line of the RSI itself. So yeah, I've added this to my repertoire. Big, so the pullback gained 5, lost 5 here on crude. I never really liked RSI the other times I checked it out, but it seems really interesting when you put a Bollinger Band around the RSI itself. and I've been studying that since the weekend. And even I've made a couple trades based on it. I gotta not let it totally affect how I trade, but because it makes me hesitate a little bit on some other areas. But I really believe it can be an asset at this point. Gold came up, reversed down. We're gonna keep an eye on it. Eye on this indicator. And I'll continue to talk about it on the streams as I utilize it. See if it works out long term. I found it by accident. I wanted to put RSI on a chart just to check something, and I saw in on TradingView they had updated, so I was wondering what the heck's new about RSI. RSI's been out forever. What could you update it about? I still don't know exactly what they updated, but while playing with it, I found that the whole Bollinger Band's around the RSI thing. So I started plotting it and see what it could show me, and I really liked it. But I've only had it on the chart since this weekend, and been playing with it a little bit this week. So copper pulled back to a short, then to a long. Doesn't look like there's a lot going on, so we'll look at this a little bit of why I like it. I don't know what's copper doing. Copper's trying to head back up, so it looks like this might have been a pullback. Wants to continue going on this, move upwards. Let's see. Let me point out some areas like here. What's NQ doing? NQ's trying to come up. These things are so rude. I'm here trying to talk and it keeps interrupting me. Anyway, so you see here how it broke the third band and it broke the band the 2.5 on here, and it pulled back. Jumping in there would have been good. Okay. Makes sense. So this part here. So that's how I hate it when it does that. Hey, I really wish that when an alert pops up, it did make whatever else you're looking at bump down. So this was the addition. So that's why I never saw Bollinger Bands on it before. Okay, so that makes sense. So far, I like it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I won't in the long term, but so far it seems to work well. I'm noticing when things will start going down based on the arc of the SMA. So it seems like it does seem helpful. Not really seeing here anything that's like. I'm definitely looking at when it falls low, just like regular RSI as well. I never really gave RSI a chance, but I do love here. You see here, it got above the 80 line, and it hit the top Bollinger Band, and you can see it found that top perfectly. So what I would have done there is I would have waited for one red candle, got in on this candle, would have reversed, and then it would have went down. So I would have got in several candles before the super trend sent me a short signal. Even here, you can see how this peaks up, almost hits I haven't set it like it's at 2.5, and this little pullback, it also broke the band. the third band, which is something I used to always look for anyway. Now I need to figure out how to put a whole bunch of alerts for this stuff so I don't need to be staring at the charts all the time, because that's what I'm doing right now, staring at the charts. But let's see, I'm trying to see, where did I catch this morning's trade that I used it kind of, I don't remember. I can possibly look though. Executions. 10:07. I'm confused. In, out. 11:55. That was the loss. 10:06 to 10:07. 9:31 to 9:30. Oh yeah, there we go. 9:31 to 9:32. Let me check that. Here's one that I was looking at this morning. I use both, the chart and the RSI. I saw this come down here, and it broke the SMA line. Came down and retouched. It was also, and it stayed below, and we got the short signal here. So I jumped in here. I got this. I didn't stay in, and I pulled out during the pullback, which I should have stayed in. Obviously, it kept coming down. But that was a nice 30-point winner there. Or wait, 20-point winner, something like that. 30, yeah, 30, but it was only on 2 micros. And then the other one, time was that? 10:06. Oh yeah, this long here. I saw this hit the bottom here, and I jumped on and took it up a cup just for a couple mins for a few points, and got out as it hit the SMA line. Those are my 2 wins from this morning. Now, what's everyone yelling about? Okay, first of all, this copper would have been a good signal. Sorry, copper. And I was right. This was a pullback. I should have hit that buy, because it's just a continuation of this trend. Gold's looking kind of funky right now. Up, doji, down, up, up, but lots of big wicks. These are only really, I mean, these are also only 1 tick or 2 tick candles. So I'm not going to jump into any signals there. Doesn't look like there's a lot of volume on the UltraBond right now. Crude, short signal. S&P. This is where it can fake me out sometimes though, and I gotta watch this and figure out a good rule for it. You see here on the S&P, it went above the Bollinger on the RSI here, and it stayed above there. So I try to, when I think something is going above the Bollinger Band or is going to pull back, I try to wait for the first red candle. So this one, second one really didn't do anything so far, so we can't really tell if there's a pullback here or not. Oh, there we go. So far it's going down a quarter of a tick. Not a lot of volume. Hey, Stealth, how you doing? Buy signal now on gold. Coming up to its 200 EMA. Not taking that. Last buy signal failed. Last two buy signals have failed. This would probably be the one that works. I do like the setup. Looking at charts is one of my favorite pastimes. UltraBond. See, actually, I just missed an opportunity. Well, not really. As that kind of rode up that band, it's pulling back now. At that, it hit the 70 line, but I don't follow those much. How soon's the test that you have to study from that textbook? Okay. Yeah, UB has been coming down for a while. Not a lot of volume on it right now, so I'm always hesitant to trade it in the evening. Oh, Susie, as long as that lab isn't where you're gonna end up blowing something up or something like that, then it's no biggie. Gold, see this once again, this long signal failed, reversed right away. So it's very topsy-turvy, which is unusual for gold this time of day. I want to thank everyone for joining me this evening, Wednesday evening. Hopefully we'll get a couple good trades. If you're here from YouTube, please remember to hit that like button. Helps apparently the YouTube algorithm in some way or another. And I do have someone that seems to enjoy giving me a downvote on just about every stream for whatever reason. I'm not sure who I ticked off or why. Russell and ES signals. And copper pulling back. So that was a quick another move up there. 20 to 65. So it only went up 7 more ticks. So that would have failed us. Now we see here, it's pulling back. It's under its 50 EMA. I got 200 EMA sitting there. Too many EMAs. I'm going to start cleaning these charts up some. Another weekend project. Thank you, Stealth. I appreciate that. Crude seems to be wanting to head down now. We do have a short signal on the ES. It's down a whole half a point. Yeah, half a point. Nasdaq's trying to give us a short. big wick down though indicates buying pressure. Hesitant to take this short on copper because you see the last one failed. Crude, just totally frazzled and crude. It has no idea what it wants to do. It's running around in circles. Uh, yes and no. Um, I tried to trade the last FMOC meeting minute report and failed at it. There was the last FMOC though. I tried a new strategy that ended up working where I got 55 points off of it on NQ. Biggest trade I ever did. But it really depends. I mean, I'll try to watch what's happening, but usually as the news hits, I'm flat. And then I'll watch the reaction to it and try and pick a side once things calm down after a couple minutes. When it's slow like this, it's really hard to figure out whether or not signals are going to work. See this signal here on the NASDAQ back at it's above the top of the hour, and this went up about 7 points, 8 points. That's what I think right now. That's what we need to shoot for. Not that big move, but maybe if you're talking NQ, maybe a 5 point scalp. It slows down after you start getting used to it. When I first started trading futures, the ES scared the heck out of me. I saw how fast it was moving. I thought, how am I ever going to keep up with this? And eventually it started slowing down, and I was like, oh my god, I don't understand how anybody can trade NQ. It's on crack, it's on steroids, it's on methamphetamines. It's ridiculous. And now NQ, I prefer NQ to ES. It's just one of those things, how even like, they talk about professional, athletes in baseball or football or whatever, how they say that, you know, the game slows down for them. It's the same thing with trading, I think. Eventually, your mind just starts grasping things faster. So this would have been a good NQ to take. Why didn't I take it? We still had an uptrending SMA line. I thought it was going to bounce. It might still bounce here. Yeah, I mean, evenings aren't my favorite time to trade, but I do 2 streams a week just to show that it is possible to make money. I mean, you gotta be more patient, and you gotta, go for, depending on the evening, you gotta go for smaller targets, but it's possible. And I don't want people to think if they work a regular 7 to 3 or 9 to 5 job that more than they can't be on a computer, that they can't try and do futures. That they can come home, eat supper, then sit down in the evening for a couple hours and find a good trade or two. It's right here. I mean, this NQ came down what? Let's see, 885 hit a low of 879. So if I jumped in with that, it was just a 5 point profit target. That on a regular NQ, that would have made $100. So you can make money. I don't want anyone to feel discouraged if they feel like the only time to trade is the morning session around the bell. But the evening sessions can be good too. let's if we go back to, I think I have this charted out from a couple nights ago. Here, this was the evening session Monday night. And you can see here in the NQ, now I didn't take any of these trades unfortunately because I'm stupid. But this was the evening session from 7 Eastern to 9 Eastern. All of these would have been 20-point wins on NQ. So if you taken every one of these trades, at least 20 points. This one went 47. But if you just went for 20-point profit targets, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 points, just in 2 hours on NQ Monday evening. Yeah, that's it. Like I have like 4 different setups for micro Nasdaq. My goal on any trade right now is to lose no more than $100 and they gain at least 150 to 200. So depending on the profit target, like I have six micros at a 15-point profit target with an 8-point stop loss, 4 micros at a 24-point profit target, a 12-point stop loss, and then 2 at 30-20. So and I try to gauge where we're at based on that, and you decide which one I want to use. Now I do struggle if you're like tonight is a kind of a struggle. Why am I doing it that way? Like tonight could be a struggle because if you're only going for 5 points, and now this actually did go even further down. This would have been a nice trade, very nice trade. But if I'm only going for 5 points, do I set the stop loss at 5 points? Because with NQ, you can't set it for, it jumps around a bunch. If you're setting it less than 5 points, you could get stopped out very easily. So you almost got to go 1-to-1 if you're only looking for 5 points. This is going down. It looked like we went down more than I spoke. Let's see. 885 down to 877. So okay, it hasn't. This looked better than it actually is. But it's just finding. You're right. The right parameters for the action going on. Susie, how many different assets do you trade? Are you like me to jump around to everything, or that's a good, yeah, that's a good idea. Vincent, uh, who's gotten a little bit quiet, but he just trades MES and he's been doing. I think he's only had one red day now in like 3 weeks, maybe longer, and he's been doing like $200 a day on it. Some days more. Gold, still unsure what it wants to do. Yeah, he's adopted part of my strategy with using my signals from the super trend, and he trades it better than I do. So I'm not sure if I should be happy or upset about that. And he uses a crap, I forget, Delta. Vincent, man, if you're still here, I'm getting you a fan club. Copper popping, popping copper, jumping, dropping things next to me. Good job. Copper's kind of, well, not in the same ugly way, doing the same thing right now. Gold is kind of ranging. Vincent, when you become a millionaire with my suggestions, all I want is 5%. See, copper pop and then push back down. I actually kind of like this. I think this is going to continue down now. If I could find the chart, that would be wonderful. I could be wrong. So I'm not sure if anyone else heard, but Ninja Trader bought out Tradeovate today. It was announced. Tradeovate is the browser-based software that TopStep uses, and that I really did like. There's one thing I liked about TopStep, because you could trade with it through TradingView. So I'm really, 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 really hoping that this means that NinjaTrader will offer Tradeovate as a web-based platform on with TradingView, and that I'll be able to start trading with TradingView through Earn to Trade. No guarantees yet. We'll see. Deal was just announced today. So not sure what copper wants to do. Was thinking about taking that trade, decided not to. UltraBond giving a buy signal. We'll hesitate on that. So we see Nasdaq came to the SMA and popped down. Good bounce. I am noticing that just like here where it bounces off I'm noticing that on the RSI, you see how it bounced off the SMA. You often see it go above the SMA. On the RSI, it's Bollinger, and then come back down. And if it breaks back through, that seems like another good entry. So we'll see here. Yep, this went down 2 points. Now, I don't think it's going to be, be a good scalping opportunity for maybe 4 or 5 points here. You do have these bottom Bollingers. But right here, this candle would have given us, 3.5 points, which is $70 on, if you do a regular NQ. I think if I just concentrate, once I get, really, excuse me, really used to how this trades with the RSI and how it reacts, I do think that I could just sit on the Nasdaq and constantly be going for scalps. Now you still obviously stay in trending trades, not just scalping in and out, but like times like this, constantly doing little scalps. Like even here, you see it came up above the 70 line, held there. This is where it came down once, twice. See, it fell back below the 70 line. This would have been a perfect entry, which would have got us in 5 candles before the actual short signal. And now this would have been an excellent trade now, because this has gone about 8 or 9 points. Pulling back now, broke the third band. See if it pulls, but this is where we see we are below the 70 line. I'm sorry, we are below the 20 line. The other side are below the 30 line. Try that. Bands are squeezing up. So, and again, I'm just doing commentary here. I'm just curious to see how it reacts. Again, I'm still learning this as well. See if it's worth anything. Just looking at this indicates a reversal just because it's that far down below the third band. And we have seen that it went down to 69. It's already popped up to 74. So that's a 5-point pop back up. See if it comes back up to the SMA line off that reversal candle. See? So off of this reversal candle, if we had gotten in here at 75.50, we're already up to, we're up to 78. Let's not get tunnel vision. No, let's see what's going on. Okay, so gold finally looks like it finally decided to take a direction here. So missed opportunity. What was interesting here is, as much as I just said about cleaning up the charts, I definitely think I'll keep the 200 EMA on. As you can see, excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. But that sneezed, didn't want to sneeze in your ears. Anyway, it finally broke the 200 EMA and seems to be heading up now. Still not like heading up at any high velocity, but that's been 5 ticks so far. Looks like we do have a reversal here. So on the NQ, so that would have been a perfect reversal play. We're getting a buy signal though, and I'm not trusting it. I think it's going to bounce off the bands here if it even gets that far. But so far this has gone from 75 to 82, so that would have given us 7 points so far. So 5 point scalp would have been perfect. Remember, if you're scalping with for 5 points, and you're using 3 regular NQ contracts, it's $300 a shot. And it really would have been a safe play because if you went for 5 points, let's put the thing up here. Stop here. 5 points. If you would go and went for 1-to-1, your stop loss would have been still above the low and below the third Bollinger Band. So it would have had to come all the way back down and break the third band again, which doesn't happen often. So that would have been a good high percentage play. As I talk about it and don't do it. This is why I need to rely on Vincent to make me my money. So now what did I just say? Here, as I'm talking and not paying attention. Another reversal candle the other way. I said remember it was flashing the buy signal in this candle. I said I didn't trust it. And it just reversed off this candle. And we're already back down 8 points. So like when I say, I was just staring at the NASDAQ chart, I could probably be scalping all time, the whole time. So I could have scalped 5 points here in 3 minutes. Scalped another at least 5 points here. I mean, this is actually going about 10 points now. But even if I was just going for a 5 point scalps, constantly doing that. If you get confident in yourself and you keep increasing the amount of contracts, every contract's $100. That's my goal. I mean, not necessarily to become a scalper. I mean, I guess everything I do is considered scalping. I'm a trend. I prefer trend trader, but either way, whatever the term is, I could sit here and scalp these moves, and I think you'll add up quickly. High percentage moves. And one more quick analysis of this NQ chart. I said this was a reversal candle because it broke the third band and came back up. I see these two candles here. Well, this one hasn't. This one broke the third band. It came back up slightly. But the reason why I like this one, I thought this one was going to be a reversal versus this one. First of all, you had the wick that was way bigger than the body. And second, I'm going to watch this reverse now as I'm talking. But either way, and the bands were still kind of sideways or just a slight uptrend versus these are already downtrending. So this looks more like it wants to go down and kind of ride the bands down, like here where you see it rides the bands down. That looks more like what it wants to do here versus here, where it was out of the blue, came down, broke the bands, then popped back up. I've often said that I would love to be able to automate plays like that because I almost always expect a reversal when it does that. And if we look at, let's see here, 1935, 1935. Was here, so in this case, the RSA Bollingers didn't really give us any indication. Okay, so Crude is asking for some attention, as is Copper. Copper downtrend, you see this buy signal. Think this is just a pullback. Crude is in a sideways. You can see here, ES made that same move, but it was enough for ES to actually go forth with that buy signal and then give us another short. It's kind of sideways now. Looks like Copper might actually be going here. You can see, yep, we bounced. Came up, came down, bounce, 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 bounce. It's just interesting pattern there. Up, big rejection there again on Kappa. I wish I grabbed that ES short there. Or that Russell short. Would like to find one good trade. Honestly, this would have been my one good trade. Here, I wasn't really when gold sending us this short. You see here, gold came up here, got above the 80 line, up to, I'm sorry, it's the 70 line. Didn't really break anything besides the 70 line. If I'd been paying attention, then once it pulled back in here, through here, waited for the first candle to confirm. So 1945 was here. Red candle. I could have jumped in here or here and wrote that down for, well, a whole 3 ticks so far, so it's not that big of a deal. But that's the type of play I'm looking for. I definitely need to figure out how to set up some alerts for it. I just wish I could send the alert somewhere off screen that I could be looking at them, but they don't keep popping up in my way when I'm here trying to do other stuff, especially when I'm on stream. Say you could set up webhooks to send it somewhere to a website or whatever, but I got no clue what that means or how to do that. Crude oil. Crude. Nice little bounce here. Short signal. This looks like it pulled back and wants to continue heading down from this move here. Let's bring up a crude chart. I think I have a crude chart here somewhere. Yes, I do. There I go. There it is. Yep, it is. Yep. There we go. Oops. Waiting for a little confirmation here. It wants to continue heading down. Don't want this to be the start of a range. Home on the range. Oh, sorry. I'm going in here. 5 micros and crude. See what happens. 10-point stop loss. 15-point profit target. Need to see whether that 15-point profit target's too. We might cut that early if we need to, but so far so good. We're up. We got filled at slightly different amounts here, it looks like. Let's see. I could just do that. One filled at 82.64, one filled, 4 filled at 82.65, so we'll say 82.65 is our fill. And so we've gone 3 ticks so far. That's a nice move down. 5 ticks. Okay, we're now at 7 ticks. Now, we're watching here. If you look at the RSI, we're at the 70 level. I'm sorry, the 30 level. More indicators, more things for me to screw up in talking about. It looks like it's trying to curl a bit on the RSI. So we'll keep that in mind. There we go. We're up 8 ticks. We're also 4 minutes from the top of the hour. The 9 o'clock hour, because of an Asia market open, can sometimes be a little erratic, so we might probably close this trade before the top of the hour. See it popping up a bit here. We also see that the indices are now bleeding out. This has gone down. The S&P has gone down 7 points here, right before our very eyes in the last 15-20 minutes. We could switch over to NQ real quick. Let's see what it's doing as well. Yeah, NQ's since the last 45 minutes has now lost about 30 points. No, 40 points. Closing closing our crude trade, we didn't make a lot of money on that one. It's popping back up. It might bounce. It could bounce, but we're 3 minutes from the top of the hour, so I probably should have stayed in that longer. But we'll see if I was wrong or right. $6. $6 profit. They get covered commissions. So you see the Russell, the ES continuing to bleed down here. So let's watch the RSIs on these. Actually, look at the ES's RSI. Thank you. So here, ooh, big move down here, over 3 points on this candle. We are well below 20 now on the RSI. This is almost where I would say the first hint that it's going to come back up to play this reversal play. So I have an MES chart up, bouncing. I want to see it get above the yellow line. If it gets above that yellow line, I'm going to take a long 5 MES. Although I'm not sure I probably wouldn't. Well, there's reversing anyway, so it's 30 seconds away from the top of the hour. Then we'll see what happens. That was a quick, hard move down from ES. I am ready to buy on the ES 5 micros. Top of the hour. I'm going long. Let's hope I didn't screw up. Not a lot of momentum, but 2 ticks. There we go. Maybe there's some momentum. Still only 2 ticks. Stop is right at the low of that last move. Excellent. Great minds think alike. Struggling a little bit more than I thought it would. I thought it would go back at least up to the SMA. So far, it hasn't really gotten there. Not liking that candle there that did not go anywhere. This could reverse here. Let's see. Now we're getting some movement up. 4 or 5 ticks. Love to see it get back up to that ATR line here, which would and then bounce. But we're kind of sideways here, back down only being up 2 ticks. UltraBond sending me a signal that I'm just going to ignore for now. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I cut it there. Another very, very small win. We are definitely thinking the same way. Let's see how much profit that got. We had $6 before. Now we are at 18.50. So that was another $12. That was a $12.50 trade. Well, padding the win loss percentage anyway. We'll watch what it does, but now we'll also Russell actually sent a buy signal off of this move, but it also hasn't really gone anywhere. That last short signal on Crude would have been good. It's gone 12 ticks. Yep. Looks like still sideways here. It's back. It's up to its SMA line. See if it crosses. See if we got out too early. Russell crossed its SMA. What's NQ doing? NQ's doing the same move. Oh, very small candles for NQ. Copper still heading down here. That would have been a good trade there. Could be a night where I say, hey, I won 10 trades. How much did you make? $1.50? Completely sideways. So if we had stayed in, we'd be like tortured right now. But I do believe that when something comes down from a big trend, big trend either way, and you decide to take the first move that's opposite the trend, you should always go for a small profit target. Yeah, it might go big, but usually, a lot of times it's just some sort of pullback, and you just want to pull what you can out of it. Get in, get out. Now, if I had not waited for the confirmation of the break of this yellow line, I had just gotten in. Usually, oh, almost always. I shouldn't. I mean, it's not a guarantee. I've looked back and seen it hang below the 20 or above the 80 line. Occasionally. Almost always, if you're starting to approach a value of 15 or below 20, it's going to reverse. So if I had not waited and saw the hit the band and got in, I would have caught 2 points off of that one candle. ES is now continuing to head up. It's laughing at Vincent and I for our paper hands. And sending a long signal. Gold sending a signal. Also right at SMA line. Also kind of bounced off this 30 line. Quick reminder that Mighty Ox Trading now has a Twitter at Mighty Ox Trading. Follow me on Twitter to each day I post my P&L, how many trades I took, winning percentage, and a little bit of a recap. And I also do reminders of streams, and I probably have some other stuff as it's comes up. Launched it this past weekend. If you have Twitter, I'd love for you to follow. ES up to 4707.75 now. And so the question is, as we watch all the indices kind of make this move, is this a pullback from this very strong downtrend? Is it going to come up to here and then continue down, or is it this going to come up and continue to move? With Nasdaq sending us a buy signal, I do not want to take it. I see that this bounces. Short signal there on copper, I think. No, wait, I'm sorry, NG, not HG. Oops. Buy signal natural gas. Yeah, I'm expecting a bounce here as well. Yep, exactly. So if we're looking at the RSI, I want to see it get below back crossing the yellow line. Or crossing the, maybe the SMA as well. See, the SMA on the actual chart is kind of trying to curl up. But here's the down move. And if I was a braver man, I would jump in here. But maybe I was right not to be a braver man there. We'll see. So now my entry on that last trade. My entry on that last trade was 47.05. And if I had stayed in, if I hadn't bailed, we would have got 3 points out of it. Oop, looks like this might continue to go here. Now, yep, that's the 47.09, so we'll see. But right now, this is kind of looking like it wants to continue heading in the upward direction. Um, this particular time, I don't know. It's that I haven't gotten the best at figuring that out yet. So I'm trying. I mean, I'm trying to. I wish there was a way you could overlay the chart with like what, like right now, what would 70 be? What price would that be? And that I know there's probably a formula for it, but it's above my head or hard to figure out. So I'd love to know, where that level is to see, you know, because you can see right here if we blow this chart back here, we did hit the Bollinger Band on the 2.5, and it did pull. Not can't. I mean, it's come back by 2 ticks, so it's giving it some more room. Now, but we have the SMA that's kind of curling up. I At this point, my guess is it's going to go up, but I don't have the good enough conviction in that to actually enter a trade on it. But it did, once again, it did hit that Bollinger Band, you know, on the RSI, and it did do this at least 975. That it's done a 1 point pullback. So if you had played that bounce, oh, maybe I'm wrong about it going up. So this was already 1 point down. So probably should have played that bounce. At this point, though, in order to play it, I want to see it break the SMA line on the regular chart, or the yellow line on the RSI. You already have you're already down in the middle of the chart, so I think waiting for the 70 at this point would be too far. I think at that point you're probably actually trending upwards. But like I said, I've only been studying it for a couple of days, so all these analysis could be dead wrong. That's my disclaimer. Don't follow what I do because I could be dead wrong. Let's continue. I'm just going to continue to watch this until it gives me some direction. Well, guys, was it something I said? Dropped 2 subscribers since I started this stream. Went from 166 to 164. Maybe I need a shower. Okay, so we're both right at the SMA, which is now, you can see, just slightly going uphill, and the SMA on the RSI is also slightly going uphill. Yeah, I thought it was odd too, but eh. So we're sideways. So other stuff's doing. Sideways on Russie. NASDAQ. NASDAQ did the same thing. It actually gave it a buy signal there and pulled back, but only, it pulled back by, could have got 5 point. Oh, the NASDAQ just sent us a short signal. Interesting. Here comes ES with its short signal. These bands are very tight though. I don't know. It did break down below the yellow line on the NASDAQ and on the ES. But I don't know if we're just squeezing and we're going to, like, range here. This could just be a time where it starts bouncing band to band. Up, down, up, down. left, right, A, B, start. Okay, so neither one of those short signals on the indices stuck so far. You can see that the bands on the RSI have also kind of constricted. I actually put the values, let me see here. The bands are 58 and 35. Oh, duh. Volume for the last few candles has been at or under 100. Hey, Muffin Hands, how are you doing? Bounce back up. Oh crap, I forgot about Big Token again. I gotta do something about that. Thank you for reminding me again. So we're seeing Q trying to, looks like, head up here. Bounced off this band, now uptrending. It's gone about 10 points since the bounce. ES giving us that same bounce. Pull back. Ideally, we want to get above this recent high of 4709.75, or on the NASI, the recent high was 15,846. How much did you cash out for, Muffin? Real quick here, we look at the UltraBond chart. You can see here, price action came up and hit the 80 line right here. Broke back down right here. This would have been a great entry candle at 189.18. Let's come down to 189.12. That would have been a great 6-tick trade. Say with slippage, 5 or 4 ticks, even so. That would have been $100, 120, something like that. Yes, Jake, I am trading live. I try to never trade when I'm dead. It's just not for me. No. Okay, yeah. If I'm here, I'm trading live unless the only time every now and then I'll trade a sim. For almost 95% of the time on live. Next time I trade on sim will probably be when I get funded, and I have to wait until they get me my funded account. Unless I just start a second gauntlet. No, I have not gotten funded yet. but I am up $666 on the month of January. Nice, Muffin. And how many days was that? Is that all your work, or do you have referrals? Do they have a referral program? Still working on that funding thing, Jake. Slow but sure. Yes, I am doing the 75K earn the trade. Gold. Sending a short signal here. Or trying to. Recent low is 1824.3. We're at 1824.4, so we're right at the recent low. It does seem to want a downtrend, although a bit slowly. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Oddly, as popular as I am on the Beer Money subreddit, I've never been really good at getting referrals for things. Indices are definitely sideways with just slow grind up. Copper heading down, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, and they don't really on the subreddit. They don't really want you talking about referrals and all that anyway. Yeah, when I first started those monthly earnings reports, people accused me of being a program killer because they claimed that if I posted about it, it was going to kill the program. Looks like that copper trade was a missed opportunity, a short signal there on copper. Copper had a wild up day today. Looks like it's giving some of it back. Thank you. Honestly, I mean, back before, just a couple years ago, back before I got sick and I had my amputation and lost a year, back, I think it was 2018, I made 24,000 off of beer money, 22 or 24. Now in 2021, I did, I think, 15. It isn't bad, but obviously a big drop. MTurk's gotten a lot harder. And of course, everything that used to be passive is gone. Or just, I shouldn't say everything, a lot of things. Big move down there on copper. Gold with a buy signal here. But we want to wait because you can see gold squeezing too here. It's really tight. Everything is tight. Yeah. Uh, Wait, what is Cambly? I don't think I've heard of that. And a lot of people consider MTurk more like a job than beer money, which it has. I mean, I've made almost 75,000 from MTurk over since like 2013. If we look at gold here, just giving us this buy signal. Here's our resistance. Here. Oops, wrong line. Oh, I almost like the dashed lines better. Interesting. Yeah, kind of like that better. Anyway, so aesthetics aside, that resistance is about 8 ticks away. Oh, yeah. Okay, I've seen those different, various apps about um, English teaching. Not sure I'd be a good teacher of English. I don't, I don't talk good English. Oh yeah, I've heard bad things about Rev. So see, NASDAQ is kind of grinding upwards, but we're still not above. Oh yeah, we're just slightly above this level here. We got up to 846. It pulled back, come up. It's just kind of grinding slowly, slowly, waiting for it to burst out of this, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the thing is, I believe when Rev first really started popping up, it was better, and it just continues to get worse over time. Getting a little side hustle, side income, beer money talk here as we're in a slow time in the futures here. For those of you that don't know me, I've spent the last several years surviving on basically side income from various programs and apps on the internet. That's been my main job. And that's how I became Reddit famous on the Beer Money subreddit with my monthly earnings reports. Gold, I mean, this is just, usually it doesn't get this slow for another hour. This is just really, really, really dead right now. Yeah, I mean, I've survived on it. It's difficult. It takes a lot of self-discipline to constantly keep going. But for a while, I mean, it was a challenge. It was fun to uh, constantly find different programs or find the best, and or challenge myself to see how much I could earn and all this other stuff. And it was a lot of fun. I shouldn't say a lot of fun. It was some fun anyway. And but it wears you down over time. And I mean, I've done over 750,000 hits on MTurk. And literally between MTurk and Swagbucks and Prolific and etc. etc. I've probably done, I don't know, 100,000 surveys in the last 6 years, 8 years, something like that. I mean, I really started going. I started going hardcore on MTurk in 2014. I started going hardcore on other programs like Swagbucks and Prolific and all that 2016. So, I mean, it's probably well over 100,000 surveys, and it just you see the same questions over and over, and they've gotten more and more stupid. More writing assignments in the surveys and more attention checks and everything. And I really started realizing how much it's such a time sink. I didn't never have time for anything else. You know, grinding to make $50 a day on MTurk, which is 1 point on the ES, which you can make in a minute. Now, granted, you could say, well, you can't lose money on MTurk, although you can lose time if a requester rejects your work, or if a survey disqualifies you at the end, or whatever. And time is money, but still. I mean, yeah, I did it for a few years, and I'm still doing it, obviously. But once I can replace it, I think my trading will get a lot better because I can focus better. I mean, even tonight, I was doing a $5 hunter kit when I started stream. I had to do 75 tasks on a $5 hit, and I got to about 45 when it was time to start the stream. So I was there still doing this hit on my second monitor while monitoring the charts and talking to you all. And back before my sickness, I did like add eBay. I was doing some eBay flipping. And I actually enjoyed that, although that too is a time sink. Finding stuff that's worth flipping. Well, that's odd. Did you contact him? I've heard that they're not really good at communication, so. I've been real prolific pretty much since they started. I used to do Pinecone. I've earned 2,243 pounds from prolific over the years. Well, peaking up here, maybe we're finally getting a break of this range. Still not, I mean, they're just not doing anything right now. Oh, see, NQ looks like it might be trying to pop up here. ES making that same move. ES is below both 50 and the 200. No, I'm sorry, the 200 and the 50. Looks like we might want to go long here. 5-point candle, which is bigger than anything we've seen in the last half hour, 45 minutes. Pull back there on the NASDAQ, though, as it broke the third band and pulled back. Did get above the Bollinger on the RSI as well. But right now, these pullbacks are, I mean, everything is way too tight to really jump on anything. Copper's continuing to come down. Coin out the receipt app. Crude sending me a signal. Short on here. I have it. I haven't been keeping up with it though. I should. I have a bunch of receipt apps. Ibotta, Checkout 51, Receipt Pal, Receipt Hog, Fetch Rewards. Yeah, CoinOut was another one that was good when it first started, and it's kind of bleh now. So Vince, if you're still here, if you see this, if we hadn't paper-handed that S&P trade, I got in at 47.05. It went up to 47.11, so we could have got 6 points out of that sucker. Yeah, it doesn't add up fast. But I think, let's see. Let me look back at my prior years here. Gold. Now trying to go short. Let's see here. Honestly, it's always sucked. I just look back in 2018, I made like $6 from it. 2017 was probably better. Let's see. Oh, signals, ES and Q, short. So luckily they didn't go long. Uh, we're very tight. Let's look at the ES. Did break. This would have been excellent. See right here. When it broke that. This is what I mean. You got to get used to trading with the RSI. Did break the Bollinger Band here at the same time it broke the third band. This should have been my entry right here. It kind of lulled me to sleep. And since then, it's already come down 2 points. This has been a great trade. Now it is outside the Bollinger Band on the RSI, so we'll watch this. We'll use this as a watch and learn. So I didn't jump in, protecting my big $18 of profit tonight. Okay, did he get credit for that? Okay. What was your entry price, Vincent? That's not a surprise. Ooh, quick reversal there. So we see here on this on the RSI, this came down so hard that it came down well below this Bollinger Band, and it popped back up. Now let's see if it stays popped. Stays popped. See, there's that good English. Did come back up inside the band. Now let's see if it continues to head down. I was just staring at the chart and saw how far it came down here on this candle, away from the Bollinger Band on the RSI. Quick buy in would have got me 1 point, maybe more. But I have a feeling it's going to come back up to the SMA line and then go back down. But we'll see, because it's been, I mean, this could be, I could be wrong, because this has been, although you wouldn't know it because we were kind of all falling asleep watching it, it just has been uptrending. Now you see how the SMA line has quickly leveled out. Approaching 10 o'clock hour. If it stays this slow, we'll probably just call it a night in about half an hour. If something exciting happens, then we'll continue on. Remember, I stream again tomorrow morning, 7:30 Eastern time. So you get to hear my lovely voice again in just 9 hours, 9.5 hours. We're watching this. This is our drama for the evening. Will it bounce or will it continue down? As the candlesticks form, so are the days of our lives. Looks like looking like it wants to head down. 3 ticks under Vincent's entry. 4 now. No, sorry, 2. If it gets back below 4709.25. Wait, no, I'm sorry. 4708. I might jump in. Well, for now though, let's see what's NQ doing. What's anything else doing? Q coming down too. Gold trying to pop. Copper's continuing to bleed out. Oh, there's yawning, looking away, and there it's getting down. I'm in on MES. Hoping this continues to move down. That said, I'm moving my stop right above that last big candle. Gold. Sending a buy signal is above the SMA line. We'll just focus on this ES or MES trade. Hopefully still has a little bit of downward momentum in it. Glad you think so, Vincent. I like having another set of eyes looking at what I'm trying to look at and see if I'm right. Yep, coming back up. Looks like it wants to bounce there. Looks like that could be a reversal candle. What am I risking here? Point and a quarter was where my stop loss is. 62.50. So I'm risking about 31 bucks. So not horrible if it stops me out. Copper with a pullback or actually reversal. Down one tick. Vincent's up almost 2 points. Got some sidewaysness going on, but we do have an SMA line that's now downtrending on the regular chart. So both the SMA on the regular and on the RSI is now downtrending. And you can see here on the RSI, it did bounce again off those bands. That was that little green move up. Now it looks like it's trying to come back down. Heading back down. Now we're moving. That looks like a possible reversal candle. No, turned out red after all. Good, excellent. We're up 5 ticks. Copper came reversed up. Now coming back down, another short signal. See if it breaks that yellow line, maybe I'll take that too. It did? Oh crap, I'm sorry. I've never switched over to show my chart. I apologize. There we go. Copper. Haven't decided to take this copper yet. Meanwhile, I'm up 50 bucks on this ES, which is 2 points. We're gonna move our stop to break even at this point. Hesitating on copper. Probably shouldn't, but it is down near that 30 line. I'm gonna watch copper at this point and see what it does. Take it as a learning experience. Gold's off that last signal would have been good. We might have a reversal now on. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think I might want to close this. Seems like I might want to reverse. Chart looks like here. Uh, Yep. Ah, I closed it. So we're racking up the big wins tonight. Now I'm up $31. As much as I want to make fun of that, you know, that's actually about what I made at MTurk today. Civic, I've looks like I might want to bounce back down. I probably should have kept one. But that's okay. Yep, we'll build on it tomorrow. Hey, and heck, I'm 3 for 3 on trades, so if nothing else, my winning percentage is going to be awesome. Thing is, eventually, I'll get brave enough to actually go with regular size contracts. Like today, I was up that $86 or whatever. If I used regular size contracts in each trade, I would have been up like 500. Have a good night, Evolved. Maybe see you tomorrow morning or Friday morning. Yep, it's continuing. The ES is continuing to come down. So that was also another little micro pullback. It bounced off that SMA on the RSI. There should have, you know, I could have waited for it to break that yellow line before I got out. Gold with a pullback. See on the gold chart, we had a reversal candle at the very top here. At the same time, we peaked on this mountain right below the 70 line. Could have waited for this red candle for confirmation. Gotten in here. Now, these are very small candles, so this might not even be that worthwhile, especially with that very big uptrending SMA line. There's another pop-up on ES. So that copper, okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's look at copper here. First of all, this would have been a good short signal. 75. Yeah, it would have gone 18 ticks, so it would be my profit target. We're well below the 80 line. We're down to about 20.66. We're watching for the reversal here. Continue to move downward. A strong downward move. RS line sitting at 2170. Deeper it goes, the more chance of reversal. Still going down. RSI is just broken under 20. $18.91. See, the yellow line is almost at the 30 line as well. Now I got to be careful here. The copper doesn't have a micro. So if I stop out on this copper trade, it's going to be $100. It's going to wipe out my profit and put me in the red for the evening. That looks like our candle. We're in on one contract on copper. Not looking for more than 4 or 5 ticks. In fact, I'm moving the stop up to below the move of that last candle, that low candle. We're at 3 ticks. See if we can get 4. There's 4. Let's see if we can get 5. Nope. Pull back. Damn it. Should have just went for 4 ticks. Oh, there we go. Talking myself out of money there. We're at 5 ticks. 4 ticks. See, where are we at on the Dom? There we go. $87. It gives me one more. There it goes, one more. Pull back. Oh, baby. Clo Closing it there. I believe that was $100. Let's look. Boom, yes. $100 winner. 8 ticks. Called thanks to the RSI. Crap, did I forget to share my charts? Was I showing my charts there? If not, I apologize. Sometimes I forget to do the little magic I need to do to make my chart show when I get into a trade. Wait, something's not working right. Hold on. Oh, that's why. Somehow I moved media source. Technical difficulties. Sorry if you just heard music, because that wasn't meant. No, it's still not working. What the heck did I do? Oh, there. No. There. No. Okay. I'm having some technical issues. I'm not quite sure what I did. This continued to go, but I'm happy with what I got. Well, I try and figure out these technical issues. Did I move this? Couldn't have. I have it locked. No. Okay. Pardon me while I work out my technical issues. There we go. No idea what the heck I did there. Oh, I know what I did there. Okay, now I figured it out. Oops. Okay, now we're back to our regularly scheduled program already in progress. Okay. I'm very happy with that trade. That trade makes me feel very good. First of all, it's my first winning trade on copper since November. And second of all, I did exactly like I've been studying with the RSI. So I think I found a new tool that I really like. I really do. Now I need to go in and set up alerts on every asset for if price goes above, if the RSI goes above 70 or below 30, so I can make sure to be watching when it does. I was wrong on that trade. I forgot I had done that other MES trade. That trade was a 7 tick winner, so 87.50, not 100, but still. That's continuing to go. Obviously, the goal, once again, eventually, once I have more of a cushion, or once I'm funded and have a cushion, is to use more than one contract. Jump in on this, take the quick profit from one contract or whatever off at the SMA line, and then let the other one either run or pull back and go from there. But when you have to be conservative, then you're quick to take profits, which is what I did, and I'm not upset by it. And now we do have a bounce off. Oh wait, yeah, we do have a bounce off the SMA on copper. But how much more could I have gotten out of it? It went all the way up to 80. So I got in right at the even. So I mean, I could have got 16 ticks out of it, which is actually my normal profit target. But again, I'm not worried about it. Another short signal. Now see, this is tempting because this was just a pullback from a downtrend. I missed this downtrend. I missed this downtrend. Nailed this pullback, but now we got another short signal. This is where I got to learn how to read it. Now, like I said, remember I did not get into this short because of where it was on the RSI, but it kept going. This one would have been a good profit. Again, I'm hesitating on this short because of where it is on the RSI. If it breaks the yellow line, it's down at the 30 level, but we've seen it can get all the way down to the 20 level, so I just don't know. This is where we still need to learn. So I'm not going to jump in on here. I'm not going to jeopardize my profit. Just going to learn to see what it does, and we'll watch it for the next few minutes. Right now, if I jumped in here, the level is 454.10. So far, it's only gone 3 ticks down. See here though, all these short signals since here. Well, this one would have pulled back, but since here, this short signal would have been good, I think. Should say that. Well, if I'm running it would not have been if I was if I keep a 8 tick stop, it would not have. If I had one more tick, it would have been. Right here, this would have worked for what? This would have worked. And this would have worked. This would have worked. And I think I'm about to get a little bit upset with myself, but anyway. Learning. As I said, we're learning. So you can see here, this would have been our entry, 454.10. We're now down to 453.70, so we're at 8 ticks. This would have been $100 so far. It's still going down. So this is it. So honestly, this is where we gotta learn how to what RSI equals in price. Because I would have thought it would have already broken the 30 line by now, and it hasn't. It's right at it. So this is going down now. 11, 13 ticks. Went down. So this is going down 13 ticks. Now here it looks like I might want to bounce off that 30 line. But honestly, I thought by the time this candle had finished, it would have been well below the 30. So that's what I got to learn how to read. And not be afraid of even, not be afraid of that 30 line. Now it doesn't look like it wants to bounce. See if it comes back up here. But this is where I think you run into what's an A plus setup. I don't consider this an A plus. Bollinger Bands are very, very wide at this point on the RSI. And this looks like this might be a good bounce, but it's just too iffy for me. Only has another tick or two up to the SMA line, so we'll see. Let's just watch it. This will be the last thing we'll probably do this evening. Vincent needs to get some sleep, so he's up bright and early in the morning. Oh, the indices are yelling for me. So, oh, okay, so this was a good bounce. This was a very good bounce. Would have went up 85 to 35. I need to hire someone to do math for me. So that would have been 10 ticks. So that would have been $125 up off of it, not even including that first green candle. So that's interesting as well. It's also interesting we're getting so many pullbacks so quickly. I would not have expected another pullback so quickly. So this one might be the one that ends up sending upwards. Let's see what the indices are doing. Indices are giving us a buy. You see it came down here to here. Reversal candle up. 7.5 point candle. It's above the SMA. I'm finding my MNQ chart. I'm remembering to show the MNQ chart. We're gonna go. I'm not real excited about this setup, so we're gonna go 1 micro. We're definitely not gonna run 20-point stop on it. Let's stop here at the. I can put the low of this move. Let's see. Oh, pulling back now. Give us some room to breathe. It's a 12-point stop. Do you see that the SMA line on both the RSA and the NAS and the yeah, I'm sorry, on the regular chart are trying to curl in an upwards direction. I also like to point out that if I hadn't hesitated and had just gotten in on off the buy signal, I would not be down right now. There we go. Now we're in profit. If it continues to head up. Yeah, I keep saying I'm in profit real quick. I'm right around the my entry. Oops. Looks like we have some consolidation. Now the one problem is, at least until I can get alerts set up, So when I have when I have a NinjaTrader chart up, watching my order, I'm blocking my other charts. So I can't see what the RSIs are doing. I almost need a second person to be watching charts or another screen, but I can't do that right now. Another screen would be wonderful. It'd be really cool to get like a live stream with like 2 or 3 people having voice and just watching charts and saying this is happening on one chart while other people, another person's watching and saying this is happening on another chart. So you wouldn't have to be scanning like all 8 charts at once, or even adding, if this strategy works, you could add in even more assets. But so we're kind of sideways now, right at the SMA line, hovering above it, down $5 on this trade. Which absolutely devastates me. No, I'm kidding. See if we bounce. That looks like it wants to try and break the SMA and come down. So we went against the trend. Now, honestly, I did think this might be the end of the trend because it came up here, failed, came down quickly. And we saw that reversal candle is coming back up. I really thought having another pullback was the end of the trend. We'll see. It's still kind of meandering there. Crude also trying to come up. Also seem to have it uptrending everything there. Okay, let's see. We're still kind of hovering. Hovering. Oh, we're back to break even. So it did bounce off the SMA. It'd be totally awesome to go 5 for 5 on trades tonight. Oh, move my stop to about five points. It's like we got selling pressure. Tried to pop up here. Beat back down. there's some movement. Still well under the 200 EMA. I don't have the 200 EMA on this. On my other chart. Right there it is. Not sure why that's not activated. Turn that on. Still well under the 200 EMA. So, I mean, you can see we are definitely going against the trend by trying for a long trade here. Hold on one second. Okay, so we're popping back down now. Or we were. It's gonna range all night maybe. Popping back up. And it's just playing with me. La la la. La 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 la. Okay. Maybe now it wants to go. Going up. Up, 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 up. I like the looks of this. This looks like it wants to start curling up. Volume seems to be crap though. Volume is dropped below 50 on most candles. Either way, I'm gonna end the stream at 11 Eastern, 10 my time. Because honestly, I mean, yeah, I mean, it'd be wonderful if this decides to just pop up by 50 points or whatever. But one micro is for the most part, there's nothing to get excited about. Watch it pull back now because I'm insulting it. And I'm going to continue moving my stop loss up because I'll keep it below that SMA line. So I'm now only risking like $8. This is one of those times I regret just not going with the regular size contract. Because regular size contract now I would be up, 4 points. That'd be $80 instead of $9 or 90. Yeah, so $9. Yeah, $90. That'd be good. Cash out 90 and be done. But see, the bands are tightening about the RSI and the non-RSI, the regular chart. Pulling back a bit here again. It has 10 minutes to resolve itself. I think everyone else has fallen asleep. Oh, that was a nice little green move up. Hey, Linux. How you doing, man? Today I was took 3 trades all in MNQ, and I ended up $86. Tonight so far, I'm 4 for 4, and I'm up 118. This is the last trade I'll do tonight. Waiting for it to resolve. It's 1 micro. If at the end, I said I'm going to cut it at the top of the hour to end the stream. So right now it's looking like it could be a 5 for 5 for about a 5 for 5 night. Yeah, I've been sticking mostly to the micros, and for the most part, I set them to where I will lose no more than $100. So like 6 MNQ if I'm looking for like 15 points with an 8 point stop loss, or 4 MNQ if I'm looking for like 25 by 12, or 2 if I'm looking for 30 by 20, something like that. In this case, I just went in with 1 because I was unsure of the trade. If I'm unsure on the trade, I'll just do 1. And so far, it looks like it's working out. I've been doing micro gold too, and sometimes micro crude. I had a win on copper tonight. My first win on copper since November. That doesn't have a micro or a viable mini, so that one I gotta do full. So far though, 2022's been a good year. For the month and slash year, I'm up just shy of $800. The E-mini copper um, gets about looks like about 20 trades a day. Let's go to futures copper, and here the E-mini QC. It's looking like it's getting a little bit more trades now. Let's see. Oh wait. Oh, that's a daily chart. No wonder. Oh yeah. So let's look at the daily chart. Uh, all day yesterday it had a volume of 250. So far today it's had 2020. So it does there's just no volume on it. You can't trade it. See, that's what the 1 minute chart looks like. Okay. We're 2 minutes from the top of the hour. We are gonna cut this trade. Yeah, I brought the chart the DOM one night at the chart just out of curiosity, and the spreads are like 10, 20 ticks at times. It's like I want to know who actually trades it that gets that volume. Is it just some sort of secret trades that people are doing, like banks? I don't understand why anyone would ever take a trade on it if it's not getting the kind of volume. We are now $15 on this trade, 7.5 ticks. I'm sorry, points. But it is the top of the hour. I'm not going to go past the top, not for 1 micro. So we're going to close it out here. Actually, we're not even going to close it out. I'm going to let it run. Just finish up the stream. We'll move my stop to here. So we're guaranteed to finish the night 5 for 5 in trades, up about $130. And we'll be back here tomorrow morning in only about 8.5 hours from now, bright and early, to have hopefully a wonderful Thursday morning, build off the success tonight, 5 for 5. Like I said, about 130, maybe more depending how this trade continues, if this continues to go up. I do want to thank everyone for joining me, and I hope you all have a good night, and I hope to see you tomorrow morning or Friday morning. Thanks, everyone. See you, Vincent. See you, Lennox. Have a great night.